If you're too cheap to get a hotel room when traveling on your railfan adventures, you've probably gone car camping. On April 8th, 2021, that's exactly what we were doing at Taylorsville State Park, just south of Louisville, Kentucky. Our mission was to document the Paducah and Louisville Railway, the often overlooked Class II regional railroad that's known for hauling heavy coal trains. But before heading trackside, we made time for a big breakfast that was prepared and cooked from the back of Arthur Bradley's completely customized 2017 Colorado ZR2. So Arthur, what exactly are we doing here today? We're camping.
Yeah.
And this is a railfan experience, but why are we camping?
It's cheap and affordable and a good location. And why wouldn't you when you have the experience here?
So, for those who don't know, Arthur is Mr. Bradley BCC on YouTube, and he runs a business building custom model trains. And today we decided to meet up here just south of Louisville to go rail fanning, and we decided, you know what? Let's go camping. It's $13 a night for a campsite. So, Arthur, myself, and our friend Mike, we are camping and saving money doing so. We're all sleeping in our cars. Arthur has the ultimate Colorado ZR2. It's a 2017 ZR2 with a tent. Show him the shower. That's my favorite part of this.
The water
truck.
Or the fold-out part?
You can just show him the water for now. We'll show the shower at some point this weekend.
We actually have a water tank in the back. It's plumbed and wired in. So we actually have an outlet in the truck here so we can hook up our pump. Turn our pump on, and then we actually have pressurized water in the back of the truck.
And it's also heated too.
Yes.
So as you can see, this is like the ultimate camping vehicle, and it just made sense. Let's go camping and go watch trains. And plus, I live in Tennessee. Arthur lives in Indiana, not too far from Indianapolis. And then our other friend, Michael, he lives out in St. Louis, Missouri. So this was kind of a central location where we could all meet up, hang out, watch trains, and have fun. And plus, this is one of the only ways that you can hang out, have a campfire, and drink beer, which is what we like to do. So that's what we're up to, and we look forward to shooting the Paducah and Louisville. Arthur, this is your first time shooting the P&L, right?
Yep, never been here before.
Neither have I.
Looking forward to seeing some different paint for once. So that's
Yeah.
going to be a nice change.
Me too. We're going to go shoot a local today. Unfortunately, our friend Michael is not here yet, but he will be here later today. And we're going to go shoot a local train. Just running around Louisville today. So looks like one of our first pancakes is just about done. Almost done. After enjoying campground pancakes, we ventured north to Louisville, where P&L train RS2L was preparing to depart Oak Street Yard. This small yard is the epicenter of the P&L's operations around the city. Train RS2L is a road switcher that works the various industries around Louisville and the Shively neighborhood. Just after 1 p.m., the train departed the yard with engineer Adam Wells at the throttle and conductor Jacob Seeley directing the train's movements. If you've never been to this area before, know that you'll be rail fanning in some of Louisville's roughest neighborhoods. We recommend chasing the PAL around this area in a group, as it has some of the highest homicide rates in the state of Kentucky. A reflection of the area, today's RS-2L was pulling the railroad's ghetto caboose. What's essentially an outhouse on rails is the P&L's version of a shoving platform. PAL 9700 started out life as a boxcar, but was cut down and transformed into a shoving platform for service around the city of Louisville, where long shove moves are required to serve several customers in the area. Shively is a neighborhood to the south of downtown Louisville. This urban community is home to several businesses that ship by rail. Powering the train today is locomotive number 3800, a former Southern Pacific GP40-2 that was rebuilt and deturboed to GP38-2 specs in the early 2000s. One unique feature of P&L's locomotives is their LED headlights and incandescent ditch lights. It's unclear why they didn't replace the ditch lights with LEDs also, but the blue hue of the headlights makes for an interesting contrast to typical locomotive lighting. Train RS-2L is on the way to its first customer, Paradise Tomato Kitchen, which receives rail daily. Paradise produces custom tomato sauces for food chains and is known for using sauce pouches instead of cans. While at Paradise Tomato, the crew would pick up empties and set out loaded cars before shoving all the way back to the Standard Oil Y. There, the train would take the Standard Oil lead, named so for the branch line built to the original oil refinery along the Ohio River. With locomotive 3800 now in the lead Engineer Wells would ease the train over the busy Dixie Highway while en route to the Cane Run Y. We caught up with the train several miles to the south near Farnsley Middle School, where the crew was preparing to shove back to switch out Hexion, a manufacturer of adhesives, coatings, and composites. Hexion is one of the larger shippers on the P&L near Louisville. We watched as Engineer Wells grabbed a cut of cars near Excel Global Logistics. After working Hexion, Conductor Seeley would direct Engineer Wells as they shoved back to the Cane Run Y. In this situation, the ghetto caboose comes in handy. In the early days, the short line used actual cabooses around Louisville. It's unknown why they were phased out, but we speculate that it's for safety reasons. Considering the homeless population around Oak Street Yard, using the outhouse on wheels prevents unwanted trespassers from claiming the caboose as their mobile home. The Paducah and Louisville Railway, reporting mark PAL, was founded in 1986 when the Illinois Central Gulf decided to sell over 3,000 miles of secondary routes to short lines. At the time, the ICG was struggling financially due to the ill-fated merger with the GM&O and was looking to shred less profitable lines from its network. As a result, the 280-mile Paducah and Louisville Railway was formed. Now celebrating its 35th anniversary, the P&L has become one of the most successful and profitable regional railroads in the United States. With 223 miles of main line and an additional 57 miles of branch lines and yard track, the PAL also interchanges with 4 of the 7 North American Class I railroads. Combined with riverboat access along the Ohio, the PAL offers its customers a variety of transportation solutions and is poised to be a strong regional railroad for decades to come. After shoving back to the Cane Run Y, we would catch train RS2L one final time before making our way to Norfolk Southern's main line in Louisville. Here, the train is heading north on its way to Fairgrounds Yard. Later, the P&L crew will interchange cars with Norfolk Southern local train DV26. At Virginia Avenue, we noticed that a Norfolk Southern train was about to depart Youngtown Yard. The train would be taking the former Southern Railway Main towards Danville, Kentucky. Leading the train as it crept slowly through town was Norfolk Southern -9, number 9481. With less than 300 -9s remaining on the roster, we were delighted to document one still wearing the company's original thoroughbred paint scheme. After filming the outbound Norfolk Southern train, we called it a day. We would spend another night at the Taylorsville State Park before chasing PAL coal train LG2. Welcome to McHenry, Kentucky, home to one of Armstrong Coal's underground mines. On the morning of April 9th, we found Paducah and Louisville train LG2 at Armstrong. Leading the train north to Cosmosdale would be 4 SD-70 Max, which were acquired from CSX Transportation in 2013. With 2 units on the front and an additional pair pushing on the rear, this 100-car-long coal drag was fully loaded and ready to depart. Armstrong is one of the 2 remaining coal shippers on the Paducah in Louisville, with the other being the Warrior Mine near Madisonville. The Armstrong mine receives weekly service from the PAL and during busy season receives an empty coal train every other weekday. Train crews go on duty at 0600 and will slowly load the train for about 4 hours before they're ready to depart for the Mill Creek Generating Station in Cosmosdale, Kentucky. Mill Creek is a coal-fired power plant owned and operated by Louisville Gas and Electric. It's located about 20 miles southwest of downtown Louisville. Thanks to these aerial views, one is able to see the train slowly snaking its way around the horseshoe loop that leads to the mine. On the rear of today's train is SD-70 Mac number 4522, which is painted in a decorative blue and white scheme that recognizes the University of Kentucky's basketball championships. The PAL also rosters another SD-70 Mac in a red scheme for the University of Louisville and has other locomotives in special schemes dedicated to military veterans. The Paducah and Louisville is owned by P&L Transportation, Inc. Formerly known as Four Rivers Transportation, the company is based in Wilmington, Delaware, and is jointly owned by the management of the P&L as well as CSX Corporation. CSX holds a majority stake in the Class II railroad, but P&L management act as the controlling interest. The P&L is essentially a subsidiary of CSX, but operates independently of the Class I railroad. After backing down the Armstrong lead, train LG2 was ready to depart McHenry for Cosmosdale on this windy afternoon. East of Rosine, Kentucky, we set up above the P&L main line at a significant cut. When the line was built, the Illinois Central bore through the hillside with a tunnel. It was one of the 3 tunnels on the IC's line to Louisville. The top of the tunnel was removed during 1967 in a process known as daylighting. Spring Lick, Kentucky is the only location between Paducah and Louisville where one can view an entire train unobstructed. This wide-open view provided a great opportunity to document the long coal train from the air. North of the community of Eastview, the PAL runs through what is known as Sand Cut. Here, an old wooden bridge stands above the main line. This is one of the most popular locations to take pictures along the P&L's main line to Louisville. South of West Point, Kentucky, the PAL crosses Tioga Creek on a tall concrete bridge. This photo shows the original steel bridge and the present-day concrete bridge standing side by side. The steel bridge was replaced in 2014. Tioga Creek is home to Tioga Falls, a popular waterfall that many hikers and photographers travel many miles to witness. At the north end of the bridge, the hiking trail to the falls crosses over the PAL's main line. Trains travel at slow speeds here to avoid hitting hikers who may be trespassing on railroad property. Around 5 p.m., train LG2 arrived at the Mill Creek Generating Station in Cosmosdale. This is the largest coal-fired power plant operated by Louisville Gas and Electric, with 4 large smokestacks scraping the sky along the Ohio River. Over the next decade, the LG&E has stated that they intend to cut back operations at Mill Creek, so it's only a matter of time before these long coal trains cease running. Get your pictures while you still can. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of the Paducah and Louisville Railway, Kentucky's magnificent Class II regional. Our first visit was a success, and it certainly won't be our last. Look for more coverage of the PAL in the near future. Thank you for watching Delay in Block Productions. Until next time, happy railroading.